Well, I don't know. Hello, my friends. What I know is that this flat Earth stuff's not a joke, you know what I mean? Flat Earth Fight Club got banned offline. Flat Earth Fight Club YouTube had a bunch of video, about 4, 5, 6 hours worth. So I figured I'd fill you in, and I was just wondering to talk to you guys a little bit here. Because pseudoscience states you live on a ball, cartoon ball, and you're a monkey, and you're on a rock, and it spins 1,666 per hour. And while you're on this cartoon ball, you're circling around the sun, and circling around the sun at 6,666 miles per hour. And then you're circling in this Milky Way galaxy, they tell you. Alright, this is the shit that they tell you. You're circling in this Milky Way galaxy at 66,666 miles per hour. Now, nonetheless, this whole entire Milky Way galaxy is shooting off into a nothingness vacuum space all at the same time, right? And that speed is 666,666,666 miles per hour. Alright? Now, most of you guys at this point are calling me crazy, but whether or not you want to call me crazy, these numbers, they're about dead on. Give or take a few. It's about those speeds that they teach you in your pseudoscience heliocentric theology classrooms created by the government. Now, don't forget we're on a tilt, and that tilt is 66.6 degrees. So we're on a wobbling rock shooting into nothingness vacuum space. You should see different star constellations. You should see everything spinning. You should see everything wobbling. You should be defying the physics. You should be seeing fucking planets go. You should see star trails. You should see sun. You should see a sun trail. If the sun is a here's one thing that stumps me before we get any further. If the sun is a ball of gas fire, which when I look at it through a P900 camera, it does not look like that, but let's just say it's a gas and a big huge ball of fire, shooting fireballs like Mario when you were a baby playing that Nintendo game. How would the fire be burning in a nothingness vacuum space? How? If there's no air, no oxygen, there would be no fire, right? Have you ever heard of the 25,000 mile long unknown ice wall? It's been known to exist since the beginning of time. This isn't new information, you see. Only NASA, to deceive NASA, came up with all this stuff in the recent, few hundred years. The letter J did never even exist in the English language, which is the linguistics being owned over your mind, and a lot of these basic syntax codes, because you're a vibrational light frequency, light seed, heart being of this realm that you call Earth. Move the H at the end of Earth, at the beginning, it becomes heart. Your heartbeat comes from the Earth. This 5G network harnessing your soul is not helping you connect with who you are and where you stand. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to wake masses, family. If you're hearing my voice and you're part of my spirit tribe and you're here to wake masses too. And have you ever heard of the God of the universe and the universe being within you? Within the firmament, within the human mind, within the heart being mind, within the laminin protein in your cells and in your DNA, within your soul, within your consciousness, right? The higher mind sciences, the senses, the vibrational patterns, the frequencies, the empathic feelings that you have, the free will and the free thinking that's coming out of your soul. Let us talk about this. Let us talk about this. They teach our kids one thing, kids, sons and daughters, should I say. If you're into legalese linguistics, kids means baby goats. So we speak with proper linguistics because ledgers and Luciferian satanic code has been laced within languages, and that's where the alphabet comes in, as you know. So we're living on the ball, we're monkeys, we're speaking in satanic code, right? And then people talk about us not being aware. Well, we're highly aware. And if being aware makes us crazy, then crazy has a new meaning to it. Because a child knows these things. Again, we don't say child, we say sons and daughters, because child means to render your chi energy. So are you a competent person, persona, or a heart being, or living woman in the flesh of the land? You know what I mean? You need to know who you are and where you stand. A persona is a mask. A man or a woman is proper, is the real living flesh. Anything else is maritime law and labels you a dead, lost sea vessel, a dead vessel lost at sea. So how are those beneficial fluoride treatments helping you in your life and enhancing your family, in your mind, in your work experience, in your everyday life, and your motivational skills, your work ethic? If you know who you are and where you stand, then you know that Indians, for example, are not even called Indians. Indians are really Native Americans. We called them Indians by the wrong name and just kept rolling with it. Indians are free of this code. They eat steak dinners every night, or they can eat fruit. Smart ones, frugivores. They have the cures for diseases. They don't live within the system. Are you a free native of the land of Earth? There's no walls, there's no boundaries. You can cross the seas. Have you ever watched the firmament above? The sky above you? They say the waters above were separated from the waters below in scripture, right? So if that's true, then we're underneath an obsidian elemental water dome or infinite plane. And there's a water dome. The dome around us is nothing but a torus-filled energy matrix. Hence, when you look at stars correctly and you zoom into them, they look like plasma orbs, something charging this frequency dome that's around us, which who knows may have once not ever existed. There's something this goes as deep as Project Bluebeam, where the moon itself could be a projected frequency image and not even something you could land on. Because even NASA talks about not being able to go back to the moon, that they lost all their data, that they can't get back to the Van Halen belts, they can't get through the Van Halen belts. You know what I mean? And if you ask different astronauts, not not projecting into the astro mind, because space should be inner, not outer. So they'll say that they, depending on what space program you ask, some of them said they made it through, and some of them said they didn't make it through. Completely clueless. We don't have the technology anymore. It's almost like they went into an underground vault, got tested on, and got downloaded on some data to think that they went to the moon. Sort of simulation. Never really went. And then all the data that you see is CGI imagery from the pools that they did practice in with CGI, video footage. There's not a real image of Earth. They're all admitted fake. Every single one. NASA makes $50 million a day. And all you get is cartoons back. So space organizations around the firmament flying Google drones actually are flying planes. This thing is satellites. They actually have fisheye lensed equipped cameras with balloons that fly over the vault to record footage of our lands and clouds to create CGI fake global mapping data. You need to get on this underground. You guys need to get in on this underground stuff. FlatEarthFightClub.com. Flat Earth Fight Club page on Facebook. Flat Earth Fight Club group on Facebook as well. Right? Did you know they are keeping you to where you are and who you are? Do you know that NASA is behind the fakery of the land and the resources and the knowledge how to connect you to your own higher mind and your higher energies? Do you know the language around you? And the words like clurv and globe and democracy are all mind imprisonment concepts, hiding the mind of the higher spirit of the human, of the heart beings from the true potential. See, sometimes you don't want to say human because that's the hue of a, you're really a light being of earth, not a hue, not an offset of a woman, not a half a color or a half a shape or a half a size. That's irrelevant. You're all heart beings. If you want to believe in a good versus evil, this heaven you're creating here on earth is the evil. The duality you create in your mind is the evil because it doesn't exist. You put yourself into a negative format which isn't even real. You have to lower your vibrational frequencies of who you really are. You need to know that there's no reason for that. There's no reason to hurt. There's no reason to cry. There's no reason to be sad. Obviously it can be there, but there could be a romanticism in it, and you don't have to be a part of hurting. The duality that they create is nothing but a mind concept. Everything is natural, just like the trees on the branch. When they outgrow, they get too long. Everyone would rather cut them and trim them. All they need to do is grow and die off, and then they regenerate. They keep growing. Let them grow. Trees keep growing for hundreds of thousands of years. We keep cutting them down. Death is only a human construct. Heliocentric is a lie. Heliocentric theology, this NASA shit, created by the Catholic Church, which is science, which is just another religion. Which, if you don't know about religion, it's Ra's Legion. It's a Freemasonic experiment for old school mind control on scriptures because they didn't have everybody with a cell phone. We're telekinetic beings. You guys can hear my mind. You can hear my soul. No one needs to be inside this video live footage to hear me. You will connect to it. You can't believe in a spherical globe cartoon ball of water spinning. Our electromagnetic firmament is truth. Our electromagnetic torus-filled infinite plane matrix is truth. Water always finds its level. It always finds its level. You have to understand CGI imagery. You have to understand perspective when you see past the ocean. If you see a ship going over a curb in front of you, you should see the curve to the left and the right as well. You gotta think it through. So if you're looking at a globe, how would obviously from the north and the south, how would rivers flow up and around a curve? The mathematics is every square mile, there's 8 inches of curvature squared. Now, if you're smart, you'll know that that's 0.666 feet of curvature every square mile. And that's not seen anywhere on Earth. Observable. Reasoning. Evidence. Anyone could do it. Anyone can do it. You don't need to pay someone $50 million to get you that type of picture. Especially with a fisheye lens that's not going to show the true shape. concave glass inside jet footage, GoPro footage. When you're on a plane, looking out those windows, the edges of the glass are concaved and curved. That's how deep this rabbit hole goes. They got you covered in every angle. They have different invented syntaxes to keep their slaves in line and obeying. They don't want you to have your own plane. They don't want you to know about the sacred lands. They don't want you to go past the first ring. They don't want you to go see what that is at the center. They don't want you to go south so long that you can get your own lands and create your own society. Why do you think maritime law is so real? Why do you think they control your linguistics? Why do you think you're ran by maritime law masonic, masonry to control a maritime law of the sound, sonic, supersonic sound, to control the sound through masonic law? Wow, you don't know who you are, where you stand, you don't know your law. You don't need a state-issued license to practice law. It doesn't exist. There's no such thing. There's a British accreditation registry card. That's all that there is. You should know your law. Straw Man Up, 144,000 Straw Man on Facebook. The Living Man in the Flesh on Facebook, group and page. You like the page, you follow the group. The Living Man in the Flesh. Straw Man. The allegory of Wizard of Oz, if you only had a brain, right? Even though you had one the whole time. If only you had access. If you only had access to the Treasury of the United States Department money, billions, linked to your name and your social security number with your birth bank certificate, bond warehouse receipt, created by you at birth, because birth means the coming of product and producing and property off the ship dock. When were you birthed? No, you weren't birthed. It wasn't your birth date. That's all hearsay. It's your born date. Born and birth are two different things, my friends. Born and birth are two different things, my friends. You were born as a free living man or woman in the flesh of the land. Birth means of the water, of the pirates, of the ships of lost sea, the Jolly Roger, pirate skull flag to murder, dead vessels lost at sea. You operate in a corrupt Luciferian law dictated by an experimentation by Masons. WakeMasses.com. Donate to us. We are here to help wake the masses and teach you to unlock your treasury accounts and to bring money into your society, into your friends, into your awakeners, into your fellow heart seeds, into your fellow spirit tribe members. Save the animals, save the trees. It turns out Neil deGrasse Tyson thinks that we live on a spinning pear, that it's not even a sphere, that these NASA pictures of a sphere are faked, and that it really looks like a pear because it's wider at the equator and narrow more at the northern node. So somebody is lying to you. You must be aware of when somebody is lying to you. They go through a great effort so that you think that you are spinning. And kind of like when you spin flat and it flattens like pizza dough, Neil deGrasse Tyson says. It says it's a little bit chubbier and shaped like a pear near the equator, right? No, wrong. You can look up actual picture footage with actual normal lens cameras without the fisheye that shows Mount Everest just as high as the horizon, rising to eye level no matter how high you go, with rockets that don't go above 150,000 feet. Why don't they have planes that you can fly on your own? Why can't you do your own levitation as once before seen? As we know, bumblebees levitate with their wings when they buzz because of the frequency vibrational pattern These things are essential that you are not on the ball. I do not believe we are on the ball, you see. I do not believe we're on a spherical NASA-induced CGI indoctrinated globe cartoon ball. I know we are not. The firmament above, the infinite plane, the vault, the matrix, the torus, the ether, the expanse, the electromagnetic energy fields, the heavens above, the conscious energies, the vault, the mind, the vibes, their expansionists, their higher flowing, which grows from the lands, the food we get out of her, as well as everything that the humanity of the homeland needs, this matrix. We live on a level matrix plane in all directions, and your mind creates. Your universe means the verse of you within. This is a beautiful place beyond which they try to tell you about an infinite nothingness. The word nothing by definition does not exist. We are infinite beings in infinite vibrational frequency patterns of sound and energies. And the God that exists is within all things, but the language around what we speak in the way that we know and understand these syntaxes are all philosophies taught by man. So you need to become Christ, become Buddha, become the Zoroaster, become the masters and the gods of your realm, become them and unlock the consciousness and telekinetic connection within all things that connect in all things. You see, you know what I'm saying? Ships, captains, navigation, great distance at sea never need to factor in the supposed curvature of the earth in their calculations ever. They sail in the planes, encircling and sailing in the most popular methods use the plane and not spherical trigonometry. You have to understand the word con means to navigate. C-O-N-N, con, navigate. Now C-O-N means to lie and pillage and to manipulate the mind into a law, into a syntax so you tell on yourself and not of a higher entity. The plane trigonometry has been going on for thousands of years for the distances to cross the ocean. If the Earth were truly a globe, then every line of latitude south of the equator would have to measure a gradually smaller and smaller circumference the further south it traveled. If, however, the Earth is an extended plane, then every line of latitude south of the equator should measure gradually larger and larger circumference the farther traveled. And that fact, many captains navigating south of the equator, assuming the globular theory, have found themselves drastically out of the reckoning. More so, further south travel testifies the fact that the Earth is not a ball. The South Pole does not exist. Woo! Woo! You're telling me the South Pole doesn't exist, bro? What, bro? No way, bro! There's no South Pole, bro! What? The Antarctica Circle is truth. The Antarctica 25,000 mile long ice wall is truth. And there's land behind, and land beyond that, son. I'm not here to con you. Con means to swindle you. I made a Congress so I can swindle you gradually over time, because gress means gradually over time. Con means to swindle. Con means to navigate you into the lie. To con you and to contempt you into the lie, to con you so they can put you in their ship decks and make you a slave underneath their ship decks so you can ship and row the boats and do the laundries and clean the oil pans. You know what I mean? And repair the deck. Shoot the cannons. Get slaughtered. Be cooked if they need to eat you. Because some of these dudes are cannibals, dude. What's that girl, Amelia Earhart? That girl that circled the circumnavigation of the Earth? Everyone said she went around the Earth. No, she circumnavigated it. She circled it. She circumnavigated around the entire circumference of the Earth. She knew it was a flat level plane. She flew her airplane around that bitch to prove it. She knew. She didn't die. She didn't get into a car crash and her boat is lost in the ocean. You know what happened? They murdered her. Because she was a flat earther. She was a flat earther. She was a truther. She was a heartbeat of Earth. Her story, you see. NASA only gives you CGI indoctrinated globe cartoon theories. If Earth were a globe, you wouldn't have to deal with all that shit. If Earth were a globe, this 8 inches per square mile applied to the square inches, this would show the curve. This means all along an 8-mile channel of standing water, the land would dip 6 feet on either end from the central peak. You'd have a dip, 6 feet. How would you see rivers go up and then down and then dip and over a curve? You must be experiencing cognitive dissonance. This is how they get in your mind and make you think incorrectly and backwards and drop your common senses and not want to think geocentric truth is reality. And it is. It is, whether we live in a torus field dome and the electromagnetic energetic torus field around us, man-made, created, or God created by all, or energetic creation of our mind through telekinetic powers and energies, is all up for toss. But we live on a flat matrix plane. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to wake up, my friends. You see, I do not believe we live on a spherical, NASA indoctrinated, CGI indoctrinated globe cartoon ball. Gravity means heavy. It's a Latin word for heavy. It's not a magical force. A force strong enough to hold the oceans up and buildings and people in an atmosphere stuck to a surface of a spinning ball on a vacuum in this space energy. Beyond it, then it is impossible for gravity to also simultaneously be weak enough to allow birds and bugs and planes to take off freely, unaided in any direction. If gravity is strong enough to curve the massive expanse of the ocean around a globular Earth, it would be impossible for fish and other creatures to swim through such forcefully held water. The Michelson-Morley and Sagnatic experiments attempt to measure the change in the speed of light due to Earth's assumed motion through space. After measuring in every possible different direction in various locations, they failed to detect any meaningful change whatsoever, again proving the stationary geocentric model. This is the Michelson-Morley and Sagnac experiments. Sagnac. Now listen here. The experiment known as Airy's failure proved the stars move relative to a stationary Earth and not the other way around. Airy's failure. Do the research. By filling a telescope with water to slow down the speed of the light inside the calculating tilt necessary to get the starlight directly down the tube, Airy failed to prove the heliocentric theory, since the starlight was already coming into the correct angle change necessary, and instead proved the geocentric model to be correct. Trying to prove a heliocentric theology, they keep proving the truth by bunking themselves literally. It's funny how these mythbusters use fisheye lens and then don't tell you about real experiments. By realists, by truthers, by heart beings of her Mother Earth, by mothers, by fathers. If the Earth were spinning, airplanes going west wouldn't get their destination much faster than the Earth in the spinning in the opposite direction. If the atmosphere is spinning with the Earth, the airplanes flying west would have to fly faster than the Earth spinning in the other direction. Or if the atmosphere is spinning with it, then you would see the atmosphere and the vacuumness of space. You would see that where that seal is, where you would leave and enter that 1,666 mile an hour speed. You can clearly see that it is not 93 million miles away, that sun, when you look at it. You can clearly see it moving above you and around you and over you as you see other things moving when they're moving in sequence to when you're actually moving. Hot spots are created. That means the sun was close. You can clearly see clouds dispersing underneath suns and around suns and in and out of suns. Just like in this video picture you're seeing ahead of you, just like those sunbeams go out, up, left, down, and right. For 93 million miles away, you wouldn't be seeing the sunbeams going in every direction. This is close and local. Even in this 2D picture, this television was 93 million miles away from you. You wouldn't only see nothing but a little dot of light. You wouldn't see beams going in every direction. You would see the light coming in on you parallel in all directions, lighting up the entire half side of the Earth. But that is not how it works. You can call friends on different sides of the plane. Even 20 miles up the horizon still meets you at the observable eye level. This also proves that this is a flat level matrix plane. Michelson-Gale, Michelson-Morley, Airy's failure, Sagnac effect, Alias effect, the De Palma effect, the Kozyrev effect, the Lamarex effect. I think you should test these different syntaxes, because all you have are CGI indoctrinated theologies which aren't real. Science was created by the Catholic Church, and the Catholic Church, if they believe in the God, then they believe in the devil, so they believe in Lucifer. Their light is Lucifer. They don't tell you about the Casimir effects. They don't tell you about scalar physics and gyroscopes, periscopes and compasses and sundials, Polaris, no Coriolis effect, ocean currents, frozen lakes, bay cows, eye-level horizons, laser tests, laser-directed energy weapons, U-2 recon planes, mountain shadows, high-altitude weather balloons, how helicopters would work, Harrier jets, flight simulators, railroads, chemical trails clogging up your mind. Come on, fam, you guys gotta know about how bridges. You try to account for the curvature, and you're gonna have a curved bridge. You're gonna have a curved bridge on top of a level plane, because that's how levels work, because you're level with the earth, not on a ball. They've never dug deeper than 12 miles because there's underground cities they're hiding from you. Great ancient trees that have great ancient tunnels and cave systems that are not eradicated for underground elitists who live to be 300-400 years old while they spray chemicals and GMOs in your food, keeping you from living to be thousands of years old, while cutting your great ancient trees. Even in scripture, they talk about how they took to their walk to the highest mountain, or the highest tree, or the highest mountain, and saw all faces of the earth. Face, meaning flat level plane in all directions. CGI satellites, CGI globes, CGI Hubble images, CGI Hubble footages, CGI images, CGI stars, CGI moons, CGIs, CGI footage, CGI videos, CGI moon landings, CGI Hubble telescopes, CGI satellites, CGI, NASA, CGI. All they give you is CGI. $50 million a day, and all you fucking get is CGI. Real pictures wouldn't have different colors. You're getting CGI. You're getting your facial recognition, Snapchat, FBI frequency, facial recognition software, FBI, Snapchat shit, CGI. I need you to Google ISS wires, ISS vanishing body parts, ISS water bubbles in space, ISS ancient cosmology, geocentric Earth, 8 inches per square mile is a lie. And it only works on an eighth of the globe. On this eighth of this NASA globe, this fake globe, it only works in one place because it's a curved part of the land. Wake up, you're on a big ass hill. Part of the earth has a big ass hill where the math works correctly, so they go over to that part of the earth, do these measurements, and they're like, oh, we live on a ball. You dumbass monkeys are gonna get full because we went over here to Flagstaff, Arizona, made you think that we landed on the moon, and we went over here where the earth curvature actually works because we're up here on a hill, and we're gonna give you a nice fooling, a nice conning, a nice piracy of your mind, a conspiracy. I'm gonna con you and pirate you and rape and pillage and destroy your land because I'm a piracy. I'm a pirate. And I'm a con, so conspire. Don't get truth or mixed up with conspiracy theorists, because I'm not no goddamn spirit. I'm not a spirit theorist. I'm not spearing the spirit because I'm a theorist. I'm a heart being, soul energy, living man in the flesh. Not all this fake, fictitious bullshit. Not a dead vessel lost at sea. Not a spirit. Not a spirit that makes special appearances. I'm the living man in the flesh standing right here. Can't be touched. Spirit of God runs through us. The real spirit. Spirit to spirit. The soul. The oneness. The laminin protein. The Christ energy. Whatever you want to call it. It's within all things, connects all things, gives you your telekinetic powers, makes you know not to hurt other things, gives you a mental compass, gives you a work ethic, makes you understand, hey, have some goddamn motivation. Do you understand? Do you understand? Research Monk Zalio, Flat Earth Bedtime Facts. Research Monk Zalio, Flat Earth. Research Monk Zalio, Flat Earth Tesla. Tesla being a flat earther. Whether it was a Freemason or a goddamn Illuminati occultist to bring in transvestite movement for the GMO 5G network to take over your mind. Irrelevant. Irrelevant. This was a flat earther. that was manipulated and controlled by Masons, stolen of the free energy syntaxes, never went to school, never went to public school, did private readings, private teachings, learned different languages, private syntax codes, learned the frequencies and somatics of sounds. Tesla, not the fake Tesla throwing a car in space, which is really CGI imagery that you could find in 5 minutes by doing 2 minutes of research. Come on. Come on. There's no outer space. The waters above are separated from the waters below, so they must be in a swimming pool or up through a pond that they haven't been telling us about, hiding sacred lands because they don't want you to go left or right or look what's underneath you. They don't want you to know about the deep underground military bases connecting all the Walmarts to the FEMA camps. Alright? So, are we asking questions now? Are we in here asking questions now? Are we ignoring my facts? Are we ignoring the fact that we're questioning from government curriculum, 12th grade government curriculum indoctrinated programming technique exposures? Are we ignoring my videos? Are we ignoring FlatEarthFightClub.com? Are we ignoring WakeMasses.com? Are we ignoring Wake Masses posts on Instagram? What about Wake Masses on Facebook? What about Flat Earth Fight Club? What about Flat Earth Fight Club on Facebook? Are we ignoring my shared knowledge on these books? Ignoring the research that anyone can observe? What about this? What about all the notes spammed all over social networking? Are we ignoring any responses? Are we ignoring the debunks? Are we ignoring the myths of the busters? Are we ignoring our common senses? Are we ignoring the Great Enlightenment and the Great Awakening? Ignoring the darkness which exists? A lien on your mind? A lie? In as in a noun? Alien, a lien to put you into property ownership. So they're putting a lien on your mind with the alien through it. It could be, oh, I'm putting the dots together for you. I can only take you to the fountain of truth. You must drink from. You must drink from. Okay, alien means to put a lien on your mind. If you get too intertwined with their pseudoscience bullshit, you're not gonna know who the fuck you are and where the fuck you stand and what natural sovereign law is. To render yourself incompetent of natural law is to register to vote. If you register yourself and registrar yourself with a birth certificate, if you look at your birth certificate, it says registrar. They register you into the system as a slave. If you don't know how to out-registrar yourself, you do not know how to represent your status quo because you believe you are a speck of nothingness on the infinite vacuumness nothingness, little speck of dust in a nothingness, vast nothingness, ball monkey spinning. And you're not. You're not. You're an almighty, all-powerful, all-vibrating, energetic, creating, free-willed, free-spirited, free soul, energetic heart being of this heart realm, Earth. Are we asking questions without thinking for ourselves? Are we just waiting for someone to be telling us what it exists? Are we ignoring the facts and ignoring the reasoning, ignoring all of the evidence? Are we thinking for ourselves instead of calling people like us, other people, crazies and idiots and conspiracy theorists, which they don't even know the syntax language code of con, meaning to swindle, and piracy, meaning to rape, pillage, and destroy lands? No truther is a conspiracy theorist. The only conspiracy theologies are the ones going into your core systems and creating fake theories and making you out to be a criminal, when that criminology doesn't even exist. Law shouldn't even exist. Drunk driving shouldn't exist. Put a pendulum on the bottom of a car so when it sways, it pulls you over automatically. Solutionize. You are being treated as a commodity, as a cattle. You're being traded on the market as a commodity, as cattle. Understand the globalist movement. Understand the origin of human life. Understand their agenda. Understand how they create that. Understand the sixth sense is being under attack. Your telekinetic energies are being under attack. Thinking for yourself is being under attack. Understand the attack on a silicon-based environment and the lands that you're living in is under attack. Your food, your trees, the silicon-based, the air you breathe. You should not be breathing in heavy metals. You should not be breathing in chemicals. You should not have fluoride metal toxic waste inside of your toothpaste when you would treat it any other way with gloves and hazmat suits. Do yourself a huge favor and research the subject matter before any criticizations in the comments here in my posts. I expect nothing less than the thumbs up. I've given this information to you for free. This information is worth countless billions. For if you learn how to treat yourself under sovereign law and treat yourself into natural law and follow the commandments without ritualizations and creating a religion around it, you will become free. You will become free. No blood over intent bullshit needed. You don't need to do any blood cultism. You don't need to do any ritualism. You need to live by your will. You need to follow your free spirit. You need to be nice to people. You need to do unto others that you would want to do to yourself. You should want to try to get people billions of dollars. You should wish them to get billions of dollars. You should wish them to learn trade, to learn a higher mind syntax code of not having to use anything like killing trees with witchcraft symbologies on them and her web Hebrew symbols, her web Hebrew symbols, her web Hebrew symbols, her web Hebrew symbols on the back of your dollar bill. Get it out. You're in a web. You're in a web. You got chemtrails. You're in a web. You're in a web of energies with the Get 5G network with these Gwen towers. You're in a web that's a prophesized syntax code. People who grow their hair out and tell you these things are awakeners, real rainbow warriors, not having anything to do with the homo or the transvestite movement, or to create man into woman and women into man, and to change you of your higher gender, which takes you away from your sovereign rights, which takes you away from being an elite in the system. The word politics is used on people traditionally while hiding behind a flag or a symbol or a Bible. Bide and Bel. To drink heartily, Bel being the name of a satanic culture. Bibel, to drink the heartily blood of the satanic. And children, to render your chi energy, to be indoctrinated. Technique, to keep stupefied. Word politics, unenlightened slave to the owners of life. We are programmed to think how to think instead of thinking for ourselves. Understand there are BPA chemicals in the water that you eat, in the food that you eat, in the water bottles that you've been drinking your entire life. Understand the movement, understanding the attacks being put on you. Understand. Stand under it so you can understand it, and then overstand it so you can understand centrifuge force, gravity, the sun, gravity flying around a spinning ball, and how it wouldn't work with CGI footage, conservative momentum in space, underground documentations teaching you that we live on a Ezekiel's wills, the book of Enoch. Break down the code of language, legalese language, successful engineers on flat earth. Structural engineers explains plans of flat earth. Plane meaning flat surface. I need you to think. I need you to wake up your mind. It's time for you to wake up and tell people about flat earth. Make a banner, go on the side of the road. Find the flat earth community in town. Date flat earthers. Make love to flat earthers. Create flat earthers. Okay? You have to understand your insecurities of your K-12 government curriculum indoctrination bullshit does not work. You not get told how to think, not how to think. Most indoctrinated people are followers. They're followers. They've been told what to think, unable to think for themselves. Intelligent beings come off as dumb to those who are not enlightened. Through name calling, do not believe this can be helpful. This does not help. If one wishes to be ignorant of these higher minds, respects, I believe they do not want to be enlightened, and insulting people in my eyes shows other people are insecure and misinformed. Calling people hateful names without offering love, respect, and enlightenment tells me that they cannot keep their higher intellect and their higher intelligence and their higher discipline and their higher spiritual conscious vibrational patterns. Government curriculum, K-12 through government curriculum, is nothing for babies. It's an indoctrination technique to keep you in the system enslaved. And negative connections and ignorance by someone over the age of 5 teaches me that they may be stuck within this government curriculum predictive indoctrination programming and should sit on the porch or the matrix if they're not ready to be unplugged. If they're not ready to be unplugged, people are hurtful in life, and the firmament and ignorant, the Luciferian and Illuminati movement will soon meet their maker, and their maker is all within us all, and we are currently experiencing this great awakening. And you are able to feel these truths. You are able to understand this syntax. You are able to unlock your mind in these Ezekiel wills, and you may be able to have a connection to your higher soul, and you're not, and maybe you don't have a soul. Maybe you're just a human clone. But welcome to the yin and yang of this enlightenment, because we're not on a spinning ball, on a 6-6 globe curvulated calculated ball. And in the 1960s, Neil A. Armstrong, another lean on your mind, a lean on your mind, a lean, Neil Armstrong, A-I-N, noun, as in lie, moon rock to the Prime Minister of Holland in 2009. This was a telegraph fake. This moon rock was nothing but petrified wood from a great tree that was said to be 60 miles high. Petrified wood with a tree that's 60 miles high, family. Great awakening is occurring. You will not go back to sleep. You will not forget these words I'm telling you. You will not forget Flat Earth. Flat Earth is the biggest consciousness enlightenment shift that there is. That's going to teach you that they're taking away. I'm not trying to disappoint, but I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, the Great Awakening is here. You will not know. You will believe in the firmament shape. You will know the enlightenment's truth. DNA, religion, Ezekiel's wills, God particles, brain frequencies, harp, CERN, politics, monetization, the creation of wealth, gold, 666, symbologies, numbers of man, sacred geometry, reversed truth, snake law, legalese language, artificial intelligence, truth behind ignorance, third eye calcification, human cloning, gods, mind prisons, cultural diversity, shamanism, hypnosis, reptilian mind patterns, and DNA, reptilian DNA, eugenics, and euthenics, fallen angels, ancient Egyptian scriptures, keeping you away from sacred even geometry, symbology, and languages, thought, knowledge, Jesus Christ, the Zeitgeist, the Jesuits, the Jewish people, and the Jesuits, the whole nine. Even the greatest story ever told teaches you about the beginning of the Taurus controlled opposition, because the Freemason Masonic movement actually hires in their recruiters so that they can give you a controlled opposition. So they take you so far, and then they hide the Northlight secrets from you, the immortality through consciousness and Luciferian scriptures, and CIA and NSA and Rome 300, child trafficking, Pizzagate, the Holocaust controversy, war hoaxes, the swastika being the shape of the Big Dippers in the skies, talking about the seasons, ruling families, hybrid humans, human tortures, rapings, killings, child's molestings, Hollywood hoaxes, skull and crossbone indoctrinating, secret societies, underground facilities, deep underground military bases, underground cults, underground cities, underground homes, underground casinos, underground, warehouses, indoctrination techniques, mass control techniques, Federal Reserve, taxation and birth certificate, birth bond, warehouse receipts and frauds, government curriculums, foundations of youths, BPA chemicals, Hollywood transgenders movements, the agendas, 21 and up, $50 million taxes a day going to fraudulent Hollywoods from NASA, right from Hollywood, directly from NASA, which is CGI and imagery in Hollywood, world mapping, world banking monopolies, central banking monopolies, gold used as a fuel, gold being infringed upon, gold being infused with DNA to live longer and to heal you of all diseases, lands being farmed from other beings, Walt Disney underground knowledge, Walt Disney 666, Tesla top secret knowledge of the firmament, the Sixth Sense, Tesla's creations of the firmament, enlightenment, IQs being higher than Einstein's, Tesla's IQ being higher than Einstein's, Walt Disney being higher than Einstein's, mind control techniques, understanding the word of the theory, what theory means versus truth when it comes to geocentric reality, human blood cults, mass media control, subliminal messaging, human farming, human blood cultism farming, anachrodome, blood eating the brains of children and young, welfare, parentless, homeless, kids, babies, women, children, men. 9/11 foretold, 9/11 predictive programming, E9/11 chips, 9/11 inside job, 9/11 numerology, 9/11 in The Simpsons, 9/11 breakdown, 9/11 past, present, future, 9/11 religions, wizardry, witchcraft, beheading history, FEMA movement, beheading, guillotines, underground guillotines, government purchasing guillotines, silver and gold healing, sacred gym healing, police states, Roman Unidroit states, Roman dictatorship, Unidroit, UINDROIT, police state strategy, mass FEMA camp, military prison, 432 hertz data, feeling vibrations of sounds of the bodies, Hitler's hidden knowledge, 3.14 pi, and the sacred geometry, 3.14 pi, and secretness behind it, and also satanic witchcraft, occultism around it, reverse life sacrifices, lands, emerald tablets, deep web informations, political pedophilia, political ruling family rings, the Georgia Guidestones, and killing of mass murders, great floods occurring, poisoned waters, great floods occurring across the lands, emerald tablets, deep webs, informations, experiences of the same life in infinite forms, being in this matrix, drilling into the lands as deep as humanly possible, silicon floor oceans, being able to bounce off the floor of the dead dense bedrock, exploring only 3% of the ocean around us, all oceans being connected, the Antarctica Treaty, the moonlight being cold, the moonlight what it is, the vibrational frequency of the transparent light orb of the moon, the stars, the movement of the stars, multiple suns within the firmament, the multiple suns within the realm beyond the first ice walls, making multiple rings around the center, hollow firmament, hollow earth, connecting with the human, the highest mind, learning human anthropology and human behavior, linguistics, and then witchcraft and mind control of the language, and alphabet being nothing but a witchcraft of symbolic art. And through research and enlightenment, one can feel these truths expose themselves. One can feel these truths expose themselves like light in the dark. There's a great awakening occurring in the human, which is connecting into this existence of the heart beings of all of this realm, connecting to the fact that we are all the same life form in infinite lives. And I love you all, and thank you for allowing me to exist and projecting me into your image of your life and who I am and what you are about, and learning of this sacred knowledge, which is just the truth right before your eyes, hidden right in plain sight. The sovereignty of your life being eradicated from you by your language and the things that you see, by your mind playing tricks on you. Playing tricks on you because you live in a Luciferian dictatorship of a Masonic experiment of Ra's Legion. Ra's Legion, which is Satan's army. Old school mind control. No religion is needed to enter your mental compass and to know the syntax code of doing the right thing and not ever hurting anyone. No matter what. No matter what. There's an immortality to not doing those things. The air, the moon, the water, the sun, the vibes, the sounds, the butterflies, the birds, the fish, the frequencies, earth, air, wind, water, fire, frequency patterns, electromagnetic energies, and the properties of sacred alchemy and the repairing of DNA with gold. We are the light beings and the sun travelers and the rainbow warriors. We are the saviors. We are who we have been waiting for. We are the combined consciousness. This is not something anyone is going to go to sleep about. You guys are going to wake up to this. They're not going to be able to hide and separate us all. People are going to know these. People are going to feel this. People are going to telekinetically connect to these things. And you're going to wake masses. You are going to know what the answer is. We are the light.